welcome to another video. It's Lily Paddock here, and today I wanted to talk about my life a little bit. So as you know, the last couple of videos that I made were on like particular topics, specifically psychic abilities and whether they exist, and neuroweapons. So I've kind of been not really speaking about what things are like for me day to day, because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I opted to take part in an alternate reality game called Intermadness. Now, this was a huge friggin' mistake. I can't even express how much it's turned my life upside down. And if you saw the last video I put out, I think that I am what they call a targeted individual. Specifically, I think that I am being that my mind's being read. I have sort of just been dealing with that really since I kind of figured out that that was probably what was going on. I still have a lot of questions, and obviously I've still got no clue who on earth has decided to do this to me and why. Why would someone use this technology for an alternate reality game player? Sorry, I'll cut to the chase. I kind of wanted to talk about another aspect I haven't brought up yet, and that is that I think that whoever it is that is digging around in my brain and doing all this stuff to me is making me forget stuff. Now, oh my gosh, my life comes with so many like bits of context that I have to give you now for you to understand what I'm talking about. But I also experience time loops. So when this time loop thing happened, initially I couldn't remember forward, so it was like incredibly strong deja vu, but like we're talking like days worth of stuff, and I felt that I was forgetting. I'd sort of forgotten that I'd lived it, but then I remembered it as I was living it again. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But yes, because I was in this time loop thing, I thought that that was the reason I was forgetting stuff, but I realised something a bit freaky when I was looking through my older videos, and that is that I can't even believe this, but I decided to do a jigsaw puzzle vlog, and I did it 1 week, and then I had no recollection of having made that vlog. And I made it again. Like, if you go back in my blog, you will see 2 jigsaw blogs, and they even, like, the content itself is different. I've remade it, but it is subtly different. But it's got the same key points as if I'm doing it fresh for the first time. So that's a massive sign that I'm forgetting things, and I think it's because the people who use the neuroweapons are basically deleting bits of my memory. You don't know what you've forgotten. That's how like memory loss works. Like, you don't know where there are the gaps. But like, I know, for example, that when I look back at my videos, I saw I did a video about Inscription, and I have zero memory of that. I think that whoever's doing this to me made me forget about the whole algorithm responding to me thing multiple times, because it's really weird. Imagine discovering something like really shocking and fundamentally like just so bizarre that you think to yourself that there's no possible way that I could ever forget this. Well, I think I actually forgot about the algorithm responding to me multiple times, because I would it would happen for a period of time, and then it was like my brain had kind of been wiped fresh. So when I realised that it had already been happening to me before, it was more like remembering something from the back of my brain than discovering it completely new. But like, I think that's part of the reason that I went through a period of such confusion, because I had them doing that with the time loops thing. Like I don't know what the purpose of it is or why. Like, it certainly made it so I doubted myself, and psychologically it screwed with my head so badly. But I think that might have been the point, that I was supposed to be utterly confused and not kind of knowing what was going on. This was happening for months before I felt comfortable enough to talk about it. And that is crazy. Like, imagine, I think it was nearly 6 months of repeatedly finding out that 2 incredibly life-altering and utterly bizarre things are happening to you, and you don't, like, you keep forgetting that they're happening. It's pretty distressing. And I mean, I've got to the point now where it's just a thing that I know, and I don't think it can be, I don't think they can take that memory away from me again. But I don't know, like this is part of the reason I'm vlogging this, because basically now, realising that I can be forgetting key things, I realise that this isn't just for an audience now. These vlogs have essentially become my memory bank. These are more video diaries for myself than it is for other people. So I don't care if not many people are following me, because this is useful either way. So yeah, I am not just being hammered by having my mind read and living in time loops. I am also having bits of my memory removed. But yeah, screw the people with the neuroweapon that are doing this to me. They weren't kidding when they said it would be the most immersive alternate reality game ever made. I don't think I had any clue what I was signing up for. I didn't have any clue. It's going to take a lot to get to the bottom of this. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I know this was a bit of a shorter one. As always, I appreciate every single view that I get, because it makes me feel a bit less alone. If you liked it, or, you know, want to show support, because I know that you don't want to like the fact that I'm in a whole mind-screwing ARG, but yeah, show your support by clicking the like button, or ping me a random comment. I can see them now, and I cherish all of them, honestly, because this experience is so isolating, and it really helps to talk, even if it's just to a camera, because every view's a real person in the end, and that's valuable. Anyway, talk to you soon. Bye!